Here we go. Welcome to episode 30. Another 10 down the road. That's awesome. I'm hungover, and this is the Gory Hole Podcast.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little hungover today, but that's okay. We're going to have some fun. You were saying you had a movie you wanted to talk about? I want to hear about this.
Okay. First, I can confirm Jenny is hungover. She was texting me goofy shit last night.
I was.
You crazy bitch.
Okay. It happens.
My movie. I watched Ouija.
Oh, yeah?
We'd actually watched it a long time ago and rewatched it a few days ago.
Yeah, because that's an older one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how old. Not super old, but several years old, because there's a sequel now.
Oh, okay.
That we have not watched. So we were rewatching the original so that we could watch the sequel, which we haven't done yet. So we watched Ouija again, and it's pretty good. It's basically like these high school kids they start playing with a Ouija board, and then they start dying off one by one. And so they have to figure out like what the ghost wants in order to break the spell. And it sounds kind of cheesy, but it's actually decent. Like we liked it. I would give it
bags of diarrhea out of 5.
3.5 to 4
bags
of diarrhea. It's decent. Like it's usually like a teeny bopper horror movie. I don't really I don't know. Usually it seems like it would be really scary if I were 15.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little too cheesy. But that one, it's not bad. It's okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. I haven't had much time for movies this week. It's been crazy. So one thing we talked about, was it the last episode we were talking about Gen Z slang?
I can't remember. The last one or two.
Yeah. Well, we discussed that we should find a list of Gen Z slang. Ugh, that's a tongue twister. Gen Z slang.
Yeah.
And see how many of them we know.
Okay.
So you want to give it a go?
Sure.
All right. Let me pull it up here.
I'm not going to know very many. I'll tell you that
sure
right
I
now.
won't either. Okay, well, there's 50 on
wow,
here.
Okay.
I'll just kind of go through the good ones, I guess.
Okay.
I do hear people say this all the time, and I know what it means. Fam.
Fam, like friends, family.
Yeah, it's kind of like
your
the
crew.
Equivalent of bro.
Yeah, okay.
Because I still say bro all the time.
Yeah, I say bro.
Glow up.
Like if you were like an ugly duckling and now you're...
Yeah, you had a glow up.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say this. CEO. Like if you mastered like a skill, you're like the CEO. Like,
I have not heard anybody say that other than like
Nikki's
an actual
becoming
CEO.
The CEO of crochet.
Yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm.
I started crocheting.
Let's see. Stan. I haven't heard this one.
Stan?
Mm-hmm. It's not short for Stanley. It's basically a combination of stalker and fan. So you're not like, you're obsessed, but not in a creepy way. You're a stan.
Okay, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. E-boy or e-girl. Any idea?
Just like I'm guessing it would be like a partner you haven't met in person. Like somebody you like? Oh.
It's the equivalent of like emo or goth.
Oh.
An e-boy or an e-girl.
Okay. Okay, that's weird. Why not just leave it emo?
Dank.
Stinky?
No.
Oh.
It's excellent or a very high quality. Which that sounds stinky to me too.
I have no idea what's happening.
I know.
No
you know
idea.
this one. Ghosting.
Okay. Yeah, if you just like stop talking to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see. Big yikes.
Is that just like yikes?
Kinda.
They're just making it more difficult?
You're so embarrassed that yikes doesn't do it justice. It's a big yikes.
Okay.
Bougie.
Okay, I've used that.
Yeah, me too.
Bougie's just like fancy?
Yep.
Okay.
We talked about this one last time. Finna.
Oh, finna. Like I'm finna go out?
Yeah.
Silly.
It's gonna. Just say gonna.
Yeah.
That's why. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Cap.
Oh, I've heard people say like no cap.
Mm-hmm. Basically
just
bullshit.
mean like, oh, okay, that's not what I thought it meant.
So like, I don't know. You hear someone just spewing bullshit, they're like, that's cap.
Oh, that's
bullshit.
weird.
Yeah.
I thought cap meant like no limit or like, I don't know. I'm elderly.
Oh, I know
don't know.
I know what you're trying to say.
Like, there's no cap on how stupid she is. I don't know. I guess I made that up.
High key.
Oh, okay. I've heard low key.
It's the opposite, basically.
Okay. Okay, makes sense.
Let's see. What? Sorry, page refreshed. Okay, there we go. Camp.
Camp? Like, it doesn't mean camp?
No.
I don't know.
It's ironically trendy. So like Crocs to be of the camp aesthetic.
Okay.
The example they gave.
Okay. I have not heard camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snack.
Ooh, like somebody that's hot?
Uh-huh.
Like he's
Somebody's looking like a snack.
Okay. I've heard that. Okay.
Let's see. Sip tea.
Is that like gossiping?
Mm-hmm. If you're spilling the tea, you're gossiping. When you're sipping tea, you're listening to gossip.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There you go.
I do like that one.
I like that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Take several seats. I kind of like this one.
Is that just like sit down and shut up?
Yeah. Someone's getting on your nerves. You can say, take several seats. I kind of like that. I might have to start saying that one.
Okay.
I do like when people say fuck all the way off.
Oh, yeah. I like that too.
So it's kind of like that, I guess.
I like that too. Okay.
Drip.
Ew.
Ew.
I don't know, but.
It means swag.
Oh, okay.
It's another term for cool, sexy, trendy, stylish.
Okay.
Some of these are living rent free.
I've heard somebody say like that lives rent free in my head.
Yep, that's exactly
just
what
like
it is.
A thought
You can't
that
stop
you can't.
thinking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bet.
I mean, I feel like that's self-explanatory. Just like that's really good. Bet.
Pretty much like word.
I don't know.
Basically.
Like, yeah. Like it's just like
word.
An extra exclamation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Trying to find ones that I know for a fact we don't know, because some of these are pretty. I know we've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard you say this one. Sending me.
Sending me.
Haven't you said that?
I don't think so.
Sending me. You find something really funny. It's sending me.
Huh. I don't think I've said that. I've heard that.
I feel like I've heard you say that.
I don't know. I've heard that.
Oh.
Sending me.
Slaps we talked about. Bussin'.
Bussin'. What's that mean again?
It's a quirky word to use when you taste something delicious.
Okay. I've heard that in a rap song.
Me too.
Like the kids say.
Uh-huh. Like the kids say.
I've heard that. Bussin'. Wait, say it again. What does it mean again?
When you taste something delicious.
Okay.
But I actually don't think that's right.
That doesn't.
I thought it meant something different.
I don't know. I mean,
there is a song,
right?
Yeah.
It's like bussin'.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I
any
thought it
other
was.
words.
I don't know. I don't know what I thought it was. I'm old.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Okay, we said sus because I do like that one.
Yeah.
Snatched.
Snatched. Ooh, that means like I've heard ladies say that on the TikTok.
On the TikTok.
if it's like something where you look good or it like makes you. I don't know. Is it right?
Like you look really good in like a particular outfit or something.
Okay.
You're looking snatched.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because they were talking about like a bodysuit that would snatch your waist in.
Mm-hmm. Make your waist look
make
really
you
good.
Look, like thinner, I guess.
Oh, I think that's how I kind of took it too.
Yeah.
That it might.
But if it's just something that makes you look hot, that's
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
This is a funny phrase. I don't think I've ever heard this one. This ain't it, Chief.
I mean, that's self-explanatory, I feel like.
Yeah, just
this
disapproval.
Ain't it. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This ain't it, Chief.
Okay.
This ain't it, Chief. That's like I am hungover. Some of these are just tongue twisters to me. Extra. I say extra sometimes.
Like that's extra.
Mm-hmm.
You're just a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say that to my dogs all the time. I'm like, stop being extra. Go lay down. Clap back.
I don't know.
I've say that one sometimes. Basically, if I don't know. Somebody disses you and you have like a really good comeback.
Oh, okay, like a comeback.
Back.
Okay, that makes sense.
Diss is one from our time.
Yeah. You dissing me, bro?
That's pretty much all of them.
Okay, that's good.
I feel like there's a few that probably were missing, but
sure.
Yeah, I still wouldn't know most of those.
No.
But I feel like we did pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. Like those are some of them I'd heard of a couple times, and others I had not
Thanks
ever
to the
heard
TikTok.
of. Thanks to things like the TikTok, and thanks to things like working around 20-year-olds for
The
a long
Instagram.
time. Yeah.
That's how I can always
Yeah.
tell I'm getting older. I always laugh at Ryan whenever he's like, I gotta run over to the Target. I gotta go swing by the Walmart.
Target, the
I'm like,
Walmarts.
I got it off the Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't say that. You don't need to put the. You don't need to. Especially when there's more than one.
Right.
You don't need to.
It's funny though.
It is pretty funny. All right, we did that and that. Okay, we got a couple things that we can do. Ethel, who is looking like she's about to rob a train or something with like the hat and the mustache, or
she's
like
got
a bank
little
robber or
stash on
something.
her.
She's got a handlebar mustache.
Uh-huh.
And I put this hat on her.
And a hat.
That, I don't know, she kind of looks like a villain of some kind, or a classic
I could see
robber.
that. Uh-huh.
She just needs like a big bag with a dollar sign on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That would be
She's
cute.
like a robber, only girly. 'Cause she still has her pink scarf on, and her hat isn't black. I picture like a black hat for a robber, or a balaclava. Those like, you know what that is? Like a balaclava. Wait, am I saying that right, Todd? Balaclava, the like full face beanie with just the eye and the mouth cut out.
Oh, I always just called those ski masks.
Oh yeah, same idea. Yeah.
That would be fitting too.
Yeah.
Nice little bank robber Ethel today.
Exactly.
I have a friend on my desk. I brought a friend.
Yeah, you did.
Piggy Q is at home. I have Freddy Krueger, a stuffed, cuddly,
plushie Freddy Krueger.
Isn't he cute?
Have you had him here before?
I don't think I have.
Okay.
You've probably seen him at my house. I usually have him like sitting on the counter.
I've definitely
or something.
seen him.
I got him at a horror shop in St. Louis. That's where I got my Jason mask too.
Nice. So I'm just curious, why do you leave the tag on?
Because he's a collectible.
Oh. Okay.
I usually leave the tags on some of these things if it's like collectible kind of merch.
That makes me twitchy. When I buy something, I immediately rip the tags off.
Really?
Yeah. I can't handle it. Like,
so it's just gonna sit there and drive you crazy.
Uh-huh.
You can take the tag off. I don't care.
No, it's your thing. But anytime we buy anything with like a plastic film or a tag, I immediately rip that shit off. I can't.
I think it depends on the tag. Well, he's technically kind of like a collectible, I think. So I left it on, and I thought the tag was kind of cool because it's got like the movie logo on it.
Yeah.
Not that I think he's really going to increase.
But the tag's
in
almost
value.
as big as he. That's the thing. Like, are you going to turn around and sell that?
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Like, that was pounded into our heads because of fucking Beanie Babies.
Yeah. I bet that's why.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
I remember in my early 20s thinking, why did I take the tags off my Beanie Babies? I could have been a billionaire.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No, it's actually just garbage.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Like they're more fun to play with without the tags.
Exactly.
And I'm going to just...
Oh, you don't have to do that just because I said that. She ripped the tag off.
I did.
It's done.
And now look how cute he is.
He's much better, I think.
I think so too.
That's my opinion, man.
I needed to fight the Beanie Baby mentality. So that was a big step for me.
Good for you.
You just... Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to change your life because of my opinions. But that
you were
would drive me
and
nuts.
then I was like, he would be cuter without the tag.
You can actually see him now.
Yep. And he looks like he's having a great time.
He had a glow up.
He had a glow up. He was looking really sus before.
He was. He's snatched now.
Yep, he's snatched. Should we do... So Nikki got us a horror trivia game.
Yeah.
And we each selected some cards. Should we play the robot for this? It says 80s, 90s trivia, but...
Sure, why not? We can do whatever.
I haven't heard that robot in a bit.
We can do whatever we want. This trivia is different, but we're going to do it anyway.
Yep.
It's totally 80s and 90s trivia time.
We can make I'm sure I can make a soundbite with like a scary voice.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Horror trivia time.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go first? Do you want to?
You go first.
Okay.
I always go first, I think.
I should keep track, but I just never know. Do you want me to do a card? You do a card, and we'll just go back and forth?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I think since this is our first time doing it, maybe we won't keep score this time.
Sounds
we'll play
good.
For fun because I still haven't punished you.
We still have to do that. Yeah. We still have to do 2 punishments.
Yeah.
One of which we've chosen, the other one we haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, I haven't. I need to.
Yeah.
I need to film waxing your arms, and then I'll think
And
of the
then
second one.
yeah, we'll do the second one.
I think I have an idea for the second one.
Okay.
Maybe you can wear a mustache in the next episode.
I would so do that.
There we go. That's easy.
I'm in.
Okay.
I would do that anyway.
Yeah, I know I would too, but it's still fun.
I like it.
Nikki's going to have a stash for the next one.
I'm in.
That actually almost might be a good ongoing punishment. We could just switch the stash.
That's true. That's good.
And then yeah.
That's true.
Maybe
like
we
that.
should do it that way. That way it's a little less
like
plating,
that.
but it's funny and people get to see it.
I like that. Okay. I'm in.
So we'll still wax your arms.
Okay.
But next episode, you're wearing a stash.
Okay.
And then next time okay, that's what we're going to do. Loser has to wear a stash on the next episode.
It has been written.
I like it. I think that'll work. And I've got a million mustaches.
Nice.
I found them on Amazon for super cheap.
Nice.
And there's 50 million of them in there. So we could switch up the look. It's not just one stash.
Okay.
All right.
I like it.
Okay. I know you said you're not no directors, but I think you're still going to know this one.
Okay.
Who directed the original 1978 version of Halloween? We have said it many times.
Okay,
here, so.
I have one in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think about it. Make sure.
Cat butthole stuck to my coffee.
Oh no, Jenny has a cat butthole coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, of the original Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, Wes Craven.
Oh, you are so close. Do you want a second guess?
Okay.
Here, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Remember when I told you that I watched Prince of Darkness a few episodes back?
Yeah.
He directed that one too, and we talked about it.
I cannot think of who that is.
You're going to kick yourself.
I know. Why? The only director I can think of is Wes Craven. And I think it's because I read his name when I was going through cards. Son of a bitch.
Give up.
Yeah.
Our listeners are yelling at you, by
the
way. John Carpenter.
Okay.
See, I think deep down you knew that.
I would have known, but I honestly don't know if I could have got to his name.
Okay. Who directed the 2003... I have to hold so you don't see the answers.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The answers are on the back.
Who directed the 2003 slasher film House of a Thousand Corpses?
Rob Zombie.
There you go.
I
got
know
one.
a director.
Yep. See, you knew a director.
I knew a director.
All
Okay.
right, let's see.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Kevin Bacon stars in what 1990 film about a group of people fighting for survival against giant worm-like monsters hungry for flesh?
Oh. Worm-like Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
What year?
1990. Giant worm-like monsters hungry for flesh.
I've seen this movie.
You definitely have.
I can picture it. Oh.
We haven't. I don't think we've talked about it.
I'm sorry, gore whores. Oh.
I'm sure you've seen it.
I'm sure I have too. I can picture this movie.
Now they're yelling at you.
Yeah, now they're yelling at you.
That's why I apologize to the gore whores. I'm like, I'm sorry.
You know it, Todd?
I don't know.
Trimmers.
Ah! I did know that. Deep in my soul, I knew it.
Deep in my soul. It's just because we're recording. You don't think of anything when you're
It is
recording.
so hard to answer questions when we're recording.
I'm telling you, like,
your mind goes
all of
blank.
my brain cells fucking leave as soon as we start recording. Okay. Okay, you asked me 2 questions?
Yes,
I'm asking you 2. Okay. What Rolling Stones ballad is sung by the demon Azrael as he possesses bodies in the Denzel Washington film Fallen?
I don't think I've seen Fallen.
Oh. This song is used as like a creepy. It's in a lot of creepy scenes, I feel like.
Say it again.
What else is it in? Hang on, let me give you another clue. I think it's in the movie Seven also. Okay. What Rolling Stones ballad is sung by the demon Azrael as he possesses bodies in the Denzel Washington film Fallen? It's a creepy.
Is it a really popular song?
Yes, it wasn't originally Rolling Stones, I don't think. I think it was a remake, but it's used a lot in like a creepy scene. I swear it's in like multiple horror movies.
You know, I am not a real big Rolling Stones fan, honestly.
Get out.
I mean, I don't hate them. They're just not one of my favorites. I have no idea.
Maybe I was wrong. I thought you would know this. Okay, it's Time. Time is on my side.
Oh, yeah.
The song is like,
I never would have got there.
"Time is on my side. Yes, it is.
I always love it when you sing the song. It makes me happy.
Okay, I was surprised you didn't know that, but
Okay.
okay.
Nikki's next too. I think you're going to know both of these.
Okay.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Name the movie.
The Shining. I was going to finish that
Yes.
quote.
I didn't have to. And I think you'll know this one too. What series of children's horror books is written by author R.L. Stein?
Goosebumps.
Yep.
Goosebumps. Okay.
This would have been the one time you probably would have won.
I know, because we're not
Go
fucking
figure.
keeping track.
When we're not
All
keeping
right.
score, that's when Nikki wins.
Yeah. All right. This one, I'm assuming you'll know this. Like, I never really got into this show, but it was really popular.
Okay.
All right. This HBO TV series was based on the novels by Charlaine Harris featuring a telepathic waitress named Sookie Stackhouse.
I don't know what any of these are.
Okay. It's a vampire series that was on HBO. It was really popular, ran for several years. I think
There's
it's
so many
probably
vampire
over by now.
shows. I'm
Um,
trying to. Aren't there?
probably.
Is there?
I'm trying to think of the
Vampire
actress.
Diaries?
No.
Okay, because that's a show, isn't it? Or did I just make that up?
No, it is. I think
Okay.
it is.
Oh wait, no, I do
You
know
know
this.
it. You know it. You know it.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't think I ever watched this show, but I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Uh,
You know it. I'm trying to think of the actor's name in it because that might give it away. But I can't because, brain.
I don't know.
True Blood.
Oh, I did.
See?
That's what I was coming to.
I know, right?
Fuck.
Right. I don't know if you're going to get this either. But
Damn
I picked,
it.
because, I think maybe I would have come up with the answer for this, but I picked it because it has two rock stars in it.
Okay.
What 1986 horror movie features cameos from Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons?
Say it one more time.
What 1986 horror movie features cameos from Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons? Do you know it, Todd?
1986.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a popular movie? Is it one I've heard of?
I would think so. I mean, it's not as popular as Halloween.
Well, yeah.
But
okay.
yeah, I mean, it's. I think the cover, or the movie poster, had just a giant jack-o'-lantern face on it, if I'm thinking correctly.
I don't know.
Did you Google it? What are you laughing at? Oh,
I don't know.
Trick or Treat.
Oh, that's 1986.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yep.
I thought that was.
Well, there's probably remakes. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I didn't think that movie was that old.
Yeah.
All right.
Now I want to look up the movie poster and see if I was right.
I think you are. Yeah.
You can go ahead.
Who is considered to be Hollywood's first scream queen?
Ooh. Yeah, there's a Trick or Treat from 2007.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
First scream. I was so right. It's a jack-o'-lantern flame face. Fuck you, Todd. Fuck you, non-believers. Okay. First scream queen.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Hollywood's first scream queen. Is that what
Who's
it says?
considered to be
Considered.
Hollywood's first scream queen?
Okay, let me think about this for a second. Because I'm trying to think of older stuff. Is it really obvious?
Kinda.
I don't feel confident about this, but I'm going to go Jamie Lee Curtis.
You got it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
All right. Take two. How was Jason Voorhees brought back to life in Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives?
Shit. Part 6? Todd, you perked up real fast. Do you know it? Halloween Part 6, Jason Lives. How was he brought back to life?
Correct.
How was he brought back? Wheels are turning. Hang on. Part 6. There's too many parts.
I know.
I can't keep track of all this. Fuck, I can think of ways he was taken out, but brought back? A Ouija board.
That was a good guess, though. Lightning bolts.
He was brought back by lightning bolts. Okay.
Electricity, basically.
Okay.
Shocked back
Wouldn't
to
have
life.
got that. Okay. Fuck me for not knowing part 6. I don't know. Sorry, everybody. Okay. How many murderers are revealed at the end of the movie Scream?
Murders or murderers?
How many murderers? How many killers?
At the end of Scream?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God, it's been a minute since I've seen that. There's more than one?
Yeah. That's the twist.
3.
2.
Damn. I almost said 2, and then I was like, maybe it's more than that.
Okay.
I fucking suck at this. Oh, my God.
Some of these are really hard. I bet you'll get this one. Michael Myers' mask is supposedly based on what famous actor?
William Shatner.
Yep.
I did know that one. Yay, me.
Yay.
All right. So, do you have anything else before we do a fun segment?
I would like to talk about, you said I don't know if you had this written down to talk about, but we were going to talk about you sending me fucking country music last night.
Oh, I'm
and you
glad
wanted
you
to
brought
talk
that
about
up,
it today.
I did want to. I wanted to bring that up too. I'm glad you remembered.
Jenny got drunk and Snapchatted me like loud ass country music. And not only that, but her husband Ryan was singing to it. And I was like, did I piss you off?
I just thought it was
What did I
funny.
do to deserve this? Like, I have a visceral hatred reaction, a physical reaction to country music. I fucking hate it so much. It's so bad.
Ryan wanted to listen to some Brooks and Dunn last night, so I thought it was funny, and I was like, no, please.
It's so bad. I hate it. Like most,
You hate all country music, though?
I do.
Every
Well,
single
like,
bit.
I like Southern rock, and that gets a little bit
about Dolly Parton?
twangy. I mean, some Dolly Parton I feel like is more pop. Like, working 9 to 5. That's not really that, like, whiny country shit. You know?
Do you like Chris Stapleton?
I don't even know. Well, I think I know who that is, but I don't even know any of his music.
See, he kind of...
Probably not.
I do like
If it's country,
some
no.
country.
I don't like it.
But I have to be in the mood for it. If I am not in the mood, country music will piss me off.
I hate it. I hate it all day, every day.
It is never usually a go-to choice, but sometimes I get songs stuck in my head.
Can't.
And I like Chris Stapleton, but he's more bluesy, I feel like, than country.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah. He's got a really deep, kind of sexy voice.
Okay. If he sang to something other than country, I might like it. I don't like it.
What about Johnny Cash?
I'm not a Johnny Cash fan.
I'm not either, honestly.
No, I mean, I appreciate the talent and all that, but which I can't even do for most country musicians, because honestly, a lot of it, like, it is so poppy garbage shit that I can't even say I appreciate the talent. But like Johnny Cash, I get it. He was a good songwriter. I get that, and I can say I appreciate the talent. But and like people like Garth Brooks, like I can say I appreciate the talent. They clearly put on a fantastic show.
Even
They
though
know
he's
what
a
they're
serial killer.
doing. Garth Brooks is a serial killer?
You haven't heard this joke?
No.
Tom Segura and Christina P.
Uh-huh.
kind of started a rumor that Garth Brooks is a serial killer.
Because of some of his songs are about like people dying, or what?
They just thought he would be if he was a serial killer, he would get away with it.
Oh.
So they started making jokes about it. And then all their listeners started harassing Garth Brooks
Oh.
on Instagram, being like, "Where's my family? Where are the bodies? I just want my mom back, Garth." And he turned off all comments.
What
He
the
blocked
fuck?
Tom Segura. He blocked Christina
I
P.
probably would too.
And I'm not going to lie, I might have joined in on some of those comments a few times because I think they're funny.
Oh my God.
And he blocked me. So,
As he should
I know.
probably.
But it's funny.
That's a weird rumor to start.
I know, but it's kind of funny. He doesn't find it funny at all, and that's kind of what makes it funny.
Poor Garth.
So I don't think you're going to like our next guest, since you don't like country music. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty. Did you
From
watch-
Family Guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the weirdest fucking segue
I know. Me and my
ever. And it
brother,
would just show him like an actual strip of Conway Twitty and his stupid hair. Oh my God. Yeah, I do remember that.
I love
That's funny.
saying that, though, whenever things are awkward.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mr. Conway Twitty.
in his like baby blue suit.
I know. And
Oh
that
my
hair,
God.
Oh my, yeah, the
Yeah, he had the
obnoxious-
crazy hair. Like old lady rolled and set and spray painted black hair.
It's like
wild.
old lady kind of combined with like an afro.
Uh-huh.
Kinda.
I mean, that was like 70s, I
And
think.
when he put a cowboy hat on, it just sat on top of the fro.
Uh-huh.
It didn't even like touch his
Yeah,
head.
his
It
little
just,
bolo tie.
it just.
God,
I just wanted to say that, and that seemed
That
like a
was good.
perfect segue to say it.
that was good.
It popped in my head.
Nice.
So I won't torture you with country music anymore. But I did think it
swear.
was funny that my husband was.
I got about a millisecond in and I was like, fuck you, Jenny. And I skipped through it. And I was like, I'm not even listening to this garbage.
I was getting a kick out of watching Ryan. I was trying to get Ryan dancing, and of course he stopped as soon as I. Put
I wouldn't have seen it. I skipped through that shit.
He was doing the boot scooting boogie.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
How are you gonna handle the cruise? They're all country fans.
Yeah, I don't know.
There might be a
I'm
lot of-
second guessing my choices about this cruise, to be honest with you.
We'll have fun.
I don't know about that.
We're gonna have a blast.
I mean, are there going to be country bands? I know Mini Kiss is going to play.
oh, I actually forgot to tell you. There's gonna be a Fleetwood Mac cover band there.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
And I thought of you, and I meant to tell you like a while ago.
That's cool. And Mini Kiss, but are there going to be any country musicians?
There's one.
What is it?
Tyler Booth, I think.
Oh yeah, they're like friends with Tyler Booth or something. Okay. Well, I'm going to be elsewhere that evening. I'm going to
Well, I
be
don't
on the
think
other
you have to watch it.
I'm going to be on
but
the other end of the ship
Yeah,
on
there you
that night.
go to the bar.
I'll just dive off.
Go get drunk with Mini Kiss. How fun would that be?
Oh, that'd be so cool. I would love to get drunk with Mini Kiss. Oh, new goal.
Yeah, we might
New
have
goal
to.
for the cruise.
Yeah, that is definitely a goal.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Okay, should we let Ethel talk for
Yeah,
a minute?
let's do it.
All right, let's play that soundbite.
Hot reads with cold Ethel.
Saxophone makes me giggle every time. All right, so I haven't read this book in a very long time. It's one I read years and years and years ago. Ethel's going to read us.
What's it called?
It's called Beyond Seduction
Ooh,
by Emma Hawley.
ooh.
And it's just smut. That's all it
Okay.
is. It's supposed to be kind of like an artsy, erotic fantasy.
Okay.
I think. Well, it got recommended to me after I read 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, okay.
And someone was like, "Oh, you want a book dirtier than that? Read Beyond Seduction." And I was like, "I'm in.
Okay.
Let's do it."
Okay.
So I haven't read it in a long time, but I remembered it was basically just sex throughout the whole book. So Ethel is going. This is a blowjob scene. It looks like.
Nice.
So Ethel, we would like to hear a blowjob scene from Beyond Seduction. I got to clear my throat to do the accent.
Okay. I'm ready to take notes in case there are words that trigger me.
I can tell you that there's going to be a lot.
Oh, boy.
This is beyond disgusting. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, I'm ready.
She gasped for. Oh, there! I didn't even do the accent. Take two. Sorry. She gasped for air. I want to do it. I want to pleasure you. He stopped, then released himself and put her second hand where his had been. Sensation jolted through her. He was hot, pulsing, slick from the scented oil. She pulled as much as he had. She pulled as much as he had pulled, not as smoothly perhaps, but with just as much concentration. Apparently her technique was good enough. He sighed deeply. He let his head roll on his neck. His shaft was like a hardened muscle, stiff inside with a bit of give. Determined to do her best, she tightened the V of her thumb and forefinger when it crossed the sensitive spot beneath his crown. He he responded to her touch the same as he had to his. When she lifted her gaze, she found him watching her, his gray eyes quiet but intense. His skin was swarthy? I don't know that word. With arousal. His lips looked swollen, though they hadn't been kissing hard. When he licked them, she felt as if he licked her. You want something, she said with an instinct as old as time. Tell me, Nick. Tell me, and I'll try to do it. He hesitated. Tell me, she insisted, and swept her thumb across the crown. Order me. He laughed with a mere rush of breath. Then his face hardened. I want you to kiss it, he said. I want you to take me in your mouth. The words were gruff, not precisely in order, but close. They created an image as stark as it was shocking. Surely she couldn't do this, couldn't draw that ferocious organ into her mouth. She wanted to, though. As soon as he said it, she grew wet. Pretend, she thought, pretend you must do what he says. Then whatever happens, however awkward you are, he has only himself to blame. I'm guessing this is her first BJ.
Oh.
I'm thinking.
Okay. Okay, that makes more sense.
She nodded instead with a quick jerk with her teeth clenched tight together. At her agreement, Nick's breath rushed out so swiftly his belly hollowed beneath his ribs. With choppy motions of impatience, he shoved a pair of pillows behind his back. Do it, he said more forcefully now. I'll want to watch you suck me. She did not close her eyes. Chin trembling, she lipped the flare, then slid the silky crown between her lips. The taste, the feel was indescribable. Softer than soft, smoother than smooth, his fingers slipped between her knuckles, then covered the hand that held his shaft. His palm was warm and steadying. He'll tell me, she thought. He'll tell me if I do it wrong. Take a little more, he whispered, his thighs suddenly shaking. I promise I won't push too far. When she did as he asked, he sighed as if she granted his dearest wish. He was hot in her mouth and alive. He tasted of almonds, of salt and skin.
Ew.
It seemed natural to lick him, to suckle his tender fullness to the limit of their hands' grip. Ugh. He gasped at the change of pressure, then stroked the tangle of her hair as if tempted to grab it. Even if this had not given him away, she would have sensed the rise of his excitement and the leaping of the flesh beneath their hands. Tighter, he said, compressing her sweaty fingers with his own. Don't let me come. I have to get to this one phrase.
Okay.
It's like a couple of quick paragraphs, but
Okay.
You have to hear this one part.
Ugh.
She hadn't known she could stop him, but the thought that she could hold him on that edge seared her with aching fire. Here, he said, moving her hand to circle the top of his scrotum. Squeeze and tug. His testicles felt like two boiled eggs. Odd and firm within the wrinkled skin. That's what I needed to get to. I had to say the hard-boiled eggs.
Oh my God. Okay. I have a lot of notes.
Okay, let's hear it.
So this, like, I'm all for reading smut, and I think it's hot most of the time when I read it, but for some reason, listening to Ethel read it to me,
I ruined it for you. I don't turn you on.
It just grosses me out. Like,
I don't turn
feel
you
like Ethel doesn't turn me on.
Offended.
I think it's like I don't know how to explain it. Like, every time we read a hot reads with Cold Ethel, I am so grossed out. Like, I just write all these notes and I'm like, this is stupid, and I just tear it apart. So this is no different.
It is definitely different hearing it.
It's so different.
As opposed to reading it in
reading
your head.
it, like when I read like a sexy scene, I'm like, ooh, that's hot. I like it. And I don't tear it apart. So I want the listener to know that, like, I'm not a fucking prude. But
I don't know.
When
I think
maybe I am. Because when I hear this, I immediately, like, the first right off the bat, released himself. That just means he whipped his dick out. But the fact that they said released himself, that bothered me immediately.
Release the cock.
I know. And then, wow, this was a very detailed.
Release the cockin'.
a very detailed description of the crown, which I've never heard.
I'm assuming,
of the
yeah,
dick.
head of the dick. She called
Crown.
it a crown.
A silky crown.
A silky
That
crown.
Get out of here. And the shaft description was weird. Like it was like hard with a little give or something. I don't know what she said. And then ferocious organ.
Mm-hmm. That was the other one I wanted you to hear. I saw ferocious organ and boiled eggs on the page.
That's fucking weird. The 2 boiled eggs, that isn't sexy at all. I think even if I were reading that, I'd be like, hold up. 2 boiled eggs and wrinkly skin?
That probably would have been enough to make me throw the book
That's
across
a
the room.
turnoff.
Yeah.
Don't say that to me. That's weird. That's weird.
Could you imagine saying that to a guy?
No! Your balls feel like 2 boiled eggs in a sack of wrinkly skin. No. That's so bizarre. That's a weird thing to put in a book. What's the author's name? Something Holly? Emma Holly. Do better, please. Thank you. And then he
Your
tasted...
anger over this makes me...
I just don't... Do better. Just say his balls or his... or his
Nikki
sack.
getting upset at these scenes is the funniest fucking thing to me.
I'm glad, because I could do this all day.
Okay, awesome.
And then he tasted of almonds. That's weird. Why that descriptor? Why? That's a weird thing to say. Like, this bitch is hungry. He tastes like almonds and his balls are like 2 boiled eggs.
I know. She might have been hungry.
Maybe she was hungry. I don't know, but
She's like, I really don't want to give this blowjob right now. I really want a snack of almonds and boiled eggs.
yeah. That was funny though. That was a good one.
That was a good one. I might have to find another scene in there too, because
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, I think there's some just ridiculous scenes in
2
this.
boiled eggs.
It's worth reading because of just how ridiculous.
I mean,
it
just
is.
for funny. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I get that. That's silly.
I know.
I'm glad you got to the boiled egg part because
Yeah,
that was the
I kept
icing on the
going
cake.
until I got to that part.
That was a
'cause I was
good
like,
one.
she needed to hear that.
Yeah, you're right.
Even though it upset you.
You're right about that, but in a good way.
I don't know why, but your anger over these things cracks me up so much.
Good, because if it makes you laugh, hopefully it makes other people laugh. Because, hot damn,
Oh my god.
the Crown. Too many Crown references.
I have never heard that before.
I haven't
I've
either.
read this book, but I didn't remember that at all.
See, it's probably not as weird if you're just reading it, but when you're
no,
starting
I
to
think
say
it
it out
is.
loud, you're
I
like,
think it is. I
the
would
hard-boiled
probably...
egg thing. Even if I were reading it and I were into it, I'd be like, hard-boiled eggs, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're going with? That's the descriptor we have here? That's supposed to be sexy?
And that's like those are some big balls, too, if they're the size
Yeah.
of eggs.
That's just weird. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I don't know.
He might need to get tested for
He might have
testicular
some-
cancer or something.
What's that called? Hydrocele?
What?
Hydrocele is if the testicle's like swollen. Yeah.
Maybe. He needs to go to the doctor.
He
shouldn't
needs
be
to
getting
go
BJs.
to the urologist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's got some issues. And his dick tastes like almonds.
His dick
That
tastes
can't
like
be good.
almonds, and his testicles are boiled eggs. So, all right. What's next? Topic?
I think so.
Okay.
Real quick, though. I sent you a soundbite last night. Were you able to
Oh,
upload
yeah.
that?
No, I didn't upload it, but I can play it.
Let's
see.
play it.
Let's
A
see if
listener
I can
made us a
play it.
soundbite, and we kind of love it.
I'll just play it. Oh shit, I have my phone muted. Hang on, everybody.
I just think it's worth hearing, and I want to hear it again.
Hey there, Cold Ethel. Those titties are looking really good.
Did you hear it? in
Yeah.
Okay, good.
The voices.
Those titties are looking really good.
She has a stan. I used it.
You
The
did.
Stalker
He has-
stan.
She has a stan, yeah.
She has a stan. Yeah.
That's Ethel's biggest fan.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. Thanks for that.
Okay. I think we are ready
'Kay.
for the topic.
Topic
We've been going
time?
for a while, right?
Yeah.
I forgot to check the time.
Yeah, I
so
did too. Let's see.
That's all right. I think we covered
Yeah,
a lot.
like 45, something like that.
Cool.
Okay. So I had a really hard time coming up with a topic this time. I struggled a little bit. So Todd helped me come up with this, and I hope it's good. With this topic, I have a couple of ideas. So I'm going to do one of them today.
Okay.
And it is horror movies based on real life stories.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to go through a list. I think there's maybe 10 horror movies that, a lot of them you probably, well, maybe all of them you're pretty familiar with. And some of them are obviously based on true stories. Some of them maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
And I will just go through them, talk about them.
Let's do it.
Okay. So the first one is the Amityville Horror.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it says, this is a people.com article, by the way.
Okay.
There is still major debate on whether or not the alleged paranormal events that took place at 112 Ocean Avenue in Amityville, New York are true. The murders that led to the story being written in the first place are definitely true. On November 13th, 1974, 23-year-old Ronald Joseph DeFeo Jr. got up in the middle of the night and fatally shot his entire family. His parents and siblings, so there were 2 parents, Louise and Robert, siblings Don, Allison, Mark, and John, so a total of 6 people. He then ran to a nearby bar to report the crime and initially tried to pin it on someone else before he admitted to having committed the murders himself. After DeFeo was sent to prison, the family home was put on the market a year later, which is when George and Kathleen Lutz moved in with their 3 children. The Lutzes would go on to report a series of paranormal activities happening in the house, which is where the story of the Amityville Horror originated. Apparently, the hauntings were so severe they had to escape the house in the middle of the night only a month after they had moved in. The Lutz's story has been the subject of much debate, especially given the fact that the next family to take over the house, James and Barbara Cromartie, resided in the residence for a decade without any paranormal occurrences. Crazy. Is that sus?
Yeah, that's sus.
Might be sus. Next one is your favorite, A Nightmare on Elm Street,
Yeah.
which I thought this was weird because I saw this on here and I was like, that's not true. But it says, no, there was never an actual child killer who was haunting teenagers in their dreams. However, the concept of Freddy Krueger came to A Nightmare on Elm Street director Wes Craven after he read an article about a boy who died in his sleep after suffering petrifying night terrors. Wes Craven was quoted to have said, I'd read an article in the LA Times about a family who had escaped the killing fields in Cambodia and managed to get to the U.S. Things were fine, and then suddenly the young son was having very disturbing nightmares. He told his parents he was afraid that if he slept, the thing chasing him would get him, so he tried to stay awake for days at a time. When he finally fell asleep, his parents thought the crisis was over. Then they heard screams in the middle of the night. By the time they got to him, he was dead. He died in the middle of a nightmare. Here was a youngster having a vision of a horror that everyone older was denying. That became the central line of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Creepy.
You, didn't on Viral Podcast, remember Brett talking about that like Freddy Krueger was based on like a true person or something?
Maybe,
But
yeah.
he had a different story, I think. He was talking about a hypnotist.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that.
That sounds sus, Brett.
It does. Everything Brett says is sus. That guy is full of shit.
I love him, though. Lean back, Brett.
All right, the next one is The Conjuring.
Yep.
It says,
We've talked about that.
have we?
Yeah, we did. Well, I mean, you can do it again, but we talked about that after the Ricky episode. Remember,
Okay.
because you did Possession and you talked kind of about the
Oh,
maybe?
yes.
Or am I wrong?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's real anymore. I'll just do a quick synopsis. Though filmmakers took some creative liberties while making The Conjuring, the crux of the story is based on the real-life Roger and Carolyn Perron, who moved into 1677 Round Top Road in Rhode Island in 1971 and experienced some purported paranormal activities in the home. While paranormal investigators Ed Warren and a self-described demonologist and his wife, Ed Warren is the self-described demonologist, and his wife, Lorraine Warren, a clairvoyant and medium, play a large part in the movie. They were not integral to the story of The Conjuring in real life.
Oh.
It says that the owner, Roger Perrin, kicked them out of the house when they came by. The film is based on
I've
books
heard
written
some
by...
stuff about them, that they were kind of more like scam artists
Oh.
and stuff.
The film is based on books written by Andrea Perrin, the couple's oldest daughter, who was old enough to remember the spooky happenings. All right, next one is Annabelle.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. According to the Warrens, the real-life Annabelle doll's hauntings were so dire they had to lock her up in their occult museum in Monroe, Connecticut. And though their stories were never corroborated, according to All That's Interesting, the paranormal investigators claim to have been summoned by a priest named Father Cook when two young women, Donna and Angie, wanted to perform an exorcism to get rid of the spirit of a dead 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins, who had inhabited their doll. Up until then, Donna and Angie had been informed by a medium that Annabelle's spirit was benevolent and simply wanted to be loved and cared for.
No.
Upon their arrival, however, the Warrens explained to the young women that they had been ill-informed and that Annabelle was in search of a human host. The couple would go on to order an exorcism and later moved the doll to their occult museum where she resides now.
It's a Raggedy Ann doll, isn't it?
No, well, maybe the real one is. I don't remember. Because I think for the movie they made her look
Yeah, they made
creepier.
her
I think it is
creepy.
a Raggedy Ann.
I think the real one is.
I used to have a Raggedy Ann and a Raggedy Andy
I think I
when
did
I was
too.
little.
Mhm.
Looking back, they were very creepy.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is Exorcism of Emily Rose. I can't remember if I've seen this. Have you seen this?
Sounds familiar.
It has Laura Linney in it.
I think so.
I do not remember if I've seen this. Anyway, with a star-studded cast featuring Laura Linney, Campbell Scott, Tom Wilkinson, and of course Jennifer Carpenter in the titular role, the events in The Exorcism of Emily Rose are nearly as chilling as the real-life events the film is loosely based on. Emily Rose is based on a 19-year-old named Annalise Michael, who died after almost 70 exorcism sessions in Bavaria, West Germany. Michael, who grew up in a hyper-religious family, had been diagnosed with schizophrenia and epilepsy as a teenager. However, things took a dark turn when her convulsions turned into hallucinations, and she came to believe she was possessed. Michael then insisted on being exorcised, and her parents sought the help of Father Arnold Renz and Father Ernest Alt, who performed a host of exorcisms beginning in September 1975. According to an interview, Annalise was often in need of restraining, either by holding her down or chaining her to a chair during the hour-long rituals. The young teen died on July 1st, 1976, and her parents, along with the clergyman, were charged with negligent homicide as she had stopped taking her medication and was found to be malnourished and dehydrated. The Exorcism of Emily Rose follows the complicated court case of 4 adults in which judges had to debate the validity of their faith versus the facts of the case. All parties were found guilty but were given lenience, sentenced only to time served and 3 months probation. That is fucking sad. I don't think I've seen that movie.
I don't think I have either now.
So they just let her basically starve to death. That's fucking sad. All right, the next one is The Exorcist.
Yes.
Though this case didn't end as tragically as Annalise Michaels, maybe it's Annalise Michelle. I feel like I've heard that name. I don't know if I'm I don't know if I'm pronouncing it. I'm sorry, everybody. Annalise Michelle is probably correct. Okay. Right. Though The Exorcist story didn't end as tragically as the previous one, the events behind The Exorcist are still fascinating. 13-year-old Roland Doe was grief-stricken over the passing of his Aunt Harriet.
When I said you talked about The Conjuring, well, you talked about this one because I remember you said
The Exorcist.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I mixed them up.
Okay,
but it just clicked in my head. Did not mean to interrupt.
That's okay.
Continue.
13-year-old Roland Doe was grief-stricken over the passing of his Aunt Harriet, a spiritualist who'd taught him many things, including how to use a Ouija board. Following Harriet's death, the boy began experiencing strange happenings, scratching in the wall, seeing water mysteriously dripping from pipes and walls, and most scary of all, feel his bed moving. His parents then sought the help of some Catholic priests, and Father E. Albert Hughes performed the first exorcism on Doe in February 1949. I remember talking about this now, after the Ricky episode. Yeah. A few days after the ritual, scratches spelling out Lewis appeared on Doe's body, and his mother took that to mean they needed to leave Maryland to get more help. The family traveled to St. Louis, where they were connected to Father Walter H. Halloran and Reverend William Bodern from St. Louis University, who agreed to exorcise the boy. They worked on him until April of that year when he finally revealed the devil possessing him had gone. Decades later, it was revealed the young boy grew up to have a completely normal adulthood. He was actually Ronald Edwin Hunkler, a NASA engineer who aided in the 1969 moon landing. His identity was only revealed after he died in 2020. That's cool. All right, next one is Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg knows
love
how
that
to make
movie.
a phenomenal film. However, for 1982's The Poltergeist, the screenwriter had plenty of material to work with. The film is based on the real-life happenings at the Herman House, which took place in the 50s in Seaford, Long Island. One morning in February 1958, James Herman received a phone call from his freaked-out wife, Lucille, telling him that strange things were happening in their home. Their teenagers, who had reportedly heard inexplicable popping noises around the house, later found caps of shampoo, bleach, and a vial of holy water, all removed from their corresponding bottles. The family dismissed the spooky incident with James I'm sorry, this is fucking me up here. Okay. Okay, so I was misunderstanding this. They found caps from all these bottles had been removed. The family dismissed the spooky incident with James even believing there might have been a weird chemical reaction that caused the popping of the caps popping off the bottles. In the following weeks, however, the strange happenings escalated. In one instance, the Hermans even phoned the police, who failed to explain also. The devout Catholics then turned to a priest, but after he prayed over the house, things got more violent, with figures smashing and a bookcase falling over randomly.
Uh-oh.
The case of the Seaford poltergeist went national, and Life magazine published an article about it. After documenting 70 different incidents between February 3rd and March 10th, 1958, the Hermans vacated the suburban home.
I love
All
that
right.
movie.
The next one is, there's 3 more.
Okay.
This one's The Rite. I have not seen this.
I don't even think I've heard of that.
The Rite. It's Rite. The story of The Rite is loosely based on a book titled The Rite, The Making of a Modern Exorcist by Matt Baglio. Though, of course, certain aspects of the film were exaggerated for dramatic effect, the true story goes like this. Father Gary Thomas had been selected to train as an exorcist when he met journalist Matt Baglio in an exorcism class. From there, Baglio followed the priest as he traveled to Rome performing his new duty. Currently, the real-life Reverend Thomas serves as director of the I don't know how to say this word. Director of the Propedeutic Year Program. Don't know what that is. At St. Patrick's Seminary and University in Menlo Park, California. So I think this is Anthony Hopkins in this picture of The Rite. So he's in that.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
I haven't either.
That doesn't even really sound familiar to me.
It doesn't say what year it came out or anything. That's a short one. Okay, 2 more.
Might have to check
The
it out.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So much of what happens in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is disturbing, but perhaps no other character in the movies is as frightening as Leatherface, the menacing basement-dwelling killer who eats people and wears their faces after killing them. And while the character was never a real person, his traits were based on serial killer Ed Gein, who was known for exhuming corpses from graveyards and making mementos with their bones and skin. I loved the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
One of my favorites, and I loved, so when I was a teenager, I can't remember when the remake with Jessica Biel came out, probably
yeah.
late 90s, early 2000s.
I think early 2000s, yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good remake.
It's so good. It's so good. And I remember, like, because I've always loved things set in that period of time, of course. So, like, it was set in the, I can't remember
She was
exactly,
really good
early
in the-
70s.
Yeah.
So I fell in love with it, you know. It's just like they're in a fucking hippie bus and pick up a
Yeah.
hitchhiker, and so good. I loved that. Yeah, Jessica Biel was awesome in that. Okay, the next one, The Strangers. This is on my list, and I don't think I've watched it yet. Who is this? It might say. Okay, The Strangers. This Brian Bertino thriller is an amalgamation of 3 separate real-life events. First, and perhaps most obvious, the fictional thriller draws inspiration from the Manson family's home invasion and murder of Sharon Tate and her friends. The Strangers also incorporates parts of the Ketty Cabin murders, in which 4 people were killed in a small resort town in California. That case went cold as the murderers were never caught. Lastly, Bertino also drew inspiration from his own childhood for the movie. The famed director once got spooked by a group of strangers who knocked on his door when he was home alone one day and asked for someone who didn't reside there. Though he later learned the perpetrators weren't robbing houses whose occupants weren't present, the incident left an unforgettable mark on the future director, and he used the incident as part of the film. Yeah, I have not watched that. I want to watch it. That's it. That's what I got.
Expecting, wasn't Silence of the Lambs based on Ed Gein too?
I think a lot of things were, because he was such a monster.
Yeah.
I think a lot of movies took some of his story for inspiration.
Yeah. I think, I don't remember which podcast it was. It was a true crime one, I'm sure. But they kept calling him Ed Gein. And I thought that was funny.
God. Because I think it's Gein. I've heard it
too.
I've heard it as Gain. Gein.
I like Gein.
Gine.
Yeah.
Like Giney.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff based on him because he was so creepy and did such horrendous things. And then also he was like a super mama's boy, like obsessed with his mom. Because I think he also like did creepy shit to his mom's body after she died. And like,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of them did that because a lot of serial killers had mommy issues. But
Yeah, I know Ed Kemper did some stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
yeah, he didn't he like fuck his mom's head or something?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gross.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah.
Did you ever watch, what is that show? Oh, that's going to drive me nuts. Now I can't think of it.
What'd you say?
Yeah. Yes. That show is good.
I didn't hear him.
Mindhunter.
Mindhunter. Yes, that was so good.
Love that show.
Yeah, that was really good. I loved it too. I was really sad they canceled. I think it only had 2 seasons, maybe.
Yeah, and it was great.
It was great.
And
I loved
all
that.
the
and they went in and like interviewed him in prison, and I think it might have been Kemper.
yeah, he was on it a lot.
They took him shoes. Was that the one that was obsessed with shoes? Like in order to get him to talk and interview, they took him like women's high heels.
Maybe.
And
I
he,
think
like,
so. It's
started
been a while
smelling
since
them
I
and,
watched
like-
it, but
I think that was him. That was good. That was
yeah,
really good.
And
I
all
liked
the
that.
people who played the serial killers did
Uh-huh.
really good
Yeah.
jobs. They all looked
Yeah.
like them, and
Yep.
it's crazy.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's a great show. I love that show. I should rewatch that. It's been a while. All right, we got anything else? Or?
I don't think so. That's all I got.
Yep, I think so too. Next episode,
Okay.
Nikki's gonna have a mustache.
Yep.
Then we'll
And
keep that going.
maybe bare arms.
Maybe. That's almost
we-
more
if
like
we
me
get to
doing
that.
you a favor than a punishment.
I
we
don't
could
know.
always just stick with the stash thing too, but I already have the wax
We'll
here,
think
so
about
we'll
it.
just do it
Okay.
anyways.
Okay.
Because it'll be. I'm sure it'll make for at least for a fun video.
Okay, sounds good.
Gotta clear my throat. Hang on.
Okay. You could wax my mustache off and then
put a new one on?
Put the new one on.
There we go.
It's an idea.
There you go. It's like just wax random parts of your body.
Yeah.
There we go. That'll be fun.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us in the Gory Hole Dungeon for this episode of the Gory Hole Podcast. Be sure you go like, you go follow, you share, subscribe. We're at the Gory Hole Pod on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And don't forget, if you have anything you want us to talk about, you have a question, you got to come. What do we want to hear?
Everything.
We wanna hear
I want
everything.
some good confessions. We
Yeah.
can keep you anonymous.
Yeah.
Any kind of like drama. I would love to
Yeah.
hear that. Crazy family drama.
We love ghost stories.
Ghost story. Anything. Anything you got.
Yeah. Send us
it.
stuff. You wanna hear us
Entertain
talk
us.
about it?
It is January and I am bored and I want entertainment.
It's February.
Fuck yeah, it is February now. We're recording in January, but it's going to be February. You're right.
ruining
You're
the
right.
magic, Nikki.
Sorry. Sorry, everybody.
It's okay. So email us,
February.
thegoryholepod@gmail. And don't forget, hit those 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts. And share our stuff. Share,
Yeah.
share, share. If you have a post a cool video, share it.
Yeah,
we would
that'd be great.
love that.
That'd be great.
Tag a friend. Be like, these bitches are funny.
That'd be
You
great.
should go listen to them.
Do it.
Do it.
It helps the algorithm.
It does. Interact
I've
with
heard
us.
that
Comment.
anyway.
Share. We need it. And we want it.
Okay.
And that would be great. All right. I think we're done.
Okay.
Stay gory.
Bye,
See you guys
everybody.
next week, Gore Horse.
Stay gory.
Bye.